Hello everyone, how are you? This is your tech gear guy, and today we are going to be looking at a brand new Lenovo ThinkPad Edge. This model is equipped with Intel Sandy Bridge Core i3 CPU. However, this model can be also ordered with AMD based processor. So anyhow, let's quickly take a look at the tour of exterior. What I noticed compared to the previous generation of ThinkPad Edge is that the top, the lid portion of the top has a rubberized texture here, just like the higher end ThinkPad models. The previous ThinkPad Edge had a flat, just regular polycarbonate plastic, whereas this has the rubbery feel on top. And instead of being completely flat like the previous generation, it actually tapers off as you get to the front edge over here. And pretty nice size of Lenovo logo and ThinkPad logo. It definitely looks a lot classier than the previous generation of ThinkPad Edge model. And what it retains from that particular design is the silver plastic trim. And looking at the side, you can immediately see the VGA port, 2 USB, one port that doubles as the eSATA port, as well as USB, HDMI out, the hybrid audio jack, and express card slot. The card reader. And there's the express card slot, and I believe this another USB port over here. This is still 2.0, but it is powered. And here's your optical drive, which is also DVD burner, and nothing really special going on. With the included 6-cell battery, you are going to get over 3 hours of battery life out of this particular laptop. So with that, let's go ahead and flip the lid open. There's no latching mechanism on the front. It just you just open it up and let's bring it down a little bit. Diagonally 14-inch screen. It is non-glossy finish, and with the brightness completely all the way up, it's very comfortable. Yet there's like nothing special about the display. It's just kind of ho-hum. Your eyes won't get tiring, but you're not experiencing any like wow factor when you're working with this particular screen. The hinges are pretty solid, and when you look at fit and finish, there's very little flex. And as you're pressing down on the top lid, there is a little bit of a give here, but nothing really super noticeably weak or anything like that. All right, so immediately there are some improvement that I've noticed. The keyboard, as you know, ThinkPad has that, a lot of people love the ThinkPad keyboard because of the way the feedback of the keyboard, way it types, the travel. It's very comfortable to type on, which is quite unusual in laptop keyboards. So Lenovo, at some point, started to release certain like consumer laptops, as well as previous generation ThinkPad Edges with the chiclet type keyboard, just like you see here. The previous generation of ThinkPad Edge didn't quite have that feel of the ThinkPad keyboard. It was, in my opinion, it was still better than a lot of other laptop keyboards from other manufacturers, but it didn't quite feel like the ThinkPad keyboard, right? However, the keyboard assembly that came with the new ThinkPad Edge that you see here, it feels a lot closer to the traditional ThinkPad keyboards that everybody loves. And this keyboard assembly, again, gives you features like the spill resistant. So it's very nice, easy to type on, and the whole chiclet keyboard thing, which started with the Apple. Apple MacBooks. They adopted that here, but they do away with the rearrange the function keys, and they eliminate certain keys that are seldomly used. And gosh, it's a pleasure to type on this keyboard, just like any other ThinkPad that you would work with. Not the biggest fan of page up, page down being so close to the arrow keys, but generally the way it is laid out, it is quite nice. A lot of people don't like the whole function key being right here instead of the control key. It is what it is. Anyhow, so coupled with that, this trackpad right here, which supports gesture, it is ginormous. It is huge, very comfortable to work with, everything world class. The plastic doesn't feel as cheap as the previous model. What does feel cheap, however, these buttons on the trackpad. They have a lot of they have a lot of slack, and there's a lot of flex there. Sorry, I'm losing voice here. Anyhow, so with that, let's quickly talk about how it was spec'd out and what kind of performance we can expect out of this machine. This unit comes with, like earlier, as I mentioned, it comes with Core i3. It is a Sandy Bridge architecture, so it is a newer generation of CPU. Does come with a 3 gig out of the box, 320 gig of drive, and all the good usual Wi-Fi goodness. So, and the display adapter is Intel HD. So there's, again, no high-end gaming that's going to be done on this particular laptop. So let's look at the Geekbench result, which would give us the CPU score index. 1 second, please. Okay, so here's our, Geekbench score result is 3,822, and that is actually pretty respectable number. As I was working with this laptop for the demo purpose and get some production data, it is very zippy on Windows 7 with the proper settings. It doesn't feel sluggish at all, and for your day-to-day operation, the computer serves its purpose very well. And let's look at the PC mark, and instead of me rattling off numbers to you, so the CPU score came in at 6,075, memory benchmark came in at 6,787, graphics score came in at 3,857, and hard drive performance benchmark came in at just about 7,200. So, the computer itself is substantially less than $600. You could buy this somewhere mid 500-ish. Of course, different configuration could bump up that price or what have you. But for a computer that ranges anywhere from $500 to $600 with all the ThinkPad, ThinkVantage goodness, like the recovery and restore, as well as the hard drive protection and all that stuff for $550, $560 with that type of performance, it is an extremely smart buy where you get a lot of performance. I'm not saying you're getting the best performance, but you're getting a lot of performance money that you're spending. And the improvement they have on this model compared to the previous generation of ThinkPad Edge makes it absolutely worthwhile. In corporate environment, as someone in charge of IT department, this is very easy for me to deploy to remote workers who don't need a whole lot of computing power, and as well as somewhat of a disposable type of laptop. There are certain users that you don't want to send out $2,000 laptops, or what have you. Whereas this fits the bill perfectly, even for kids going away to college or high school kids, where as parents maybe you don't want to buy them something so fancy, as long as gaming is not a requirement. So computer fits the bill very well for a lot of those needs, entry-level needs, and compared to other laptops that really junky laptops that you get from Best Buy or your nearby office supply stores. With the same price range, computer is definitely a much better buy in my opinion. So that wraps up this review for Lenovo ThinkPad Edge E420. Until next time, take care.